So first up, we'd like to introduce our host, Galvanize. So next up, who's going to speak is Sage. I actually know him. I went to the Galvanize program, and I'll let him speak more about himself and about the Galvanize program.
Was the Galvanize program good?
Yes. When I got hired,
That's it.
when I got hired at Middle, so it was a great program.
Thank you. I'm not going to waste a lot of your time or anything, but we're Galvanize. Thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't heard of us before, we're a programming bootcamp, a co-working space, and an event space on one place. A lot of people have only been here in like one floor. We actually have 7 floors counting our rooftop, so there's always a lot of stuff going on in this building. Let me know if you're interested in learning more about our boot camps. We do software engineering, so like web development, as well as data science, and several part-time courses like data analytics, if you can't go to a full-time boot camp. And then also let me know if you or someone you know is looking for an event space to host some sort of event that's like tech-related like this, or even smaller events like study sessions. We have a lot of event space for that, and I love hosting as many events as I can and helping the community in Seattle. So let me know if you have any other questions. I'm going to be over there. So is Amanda Martin. She's our enrollment officer. So if you have any questions about our bootcamp programs, let us know. I think, is that it? Do you have anything else? Cool. Thank you so much, and on with SeattleJS.
All right. So we also wanted to say thank you to our sponsor, Formidable, and we are part of Formidable. Formidable provided the food and drink tonight. We encourage you to check out our website if you have, if we're a JavaScript agency, and if you have any questions or want to learn more about our work, we are usually hiring. So check out our career page for sure. We're particularly looking for underrepresented groups and non-traditional candidates. We believe that the best ideas are born from a workplace that's inclusive and diverse, from race to gender to ability and so on. When people from varied backgrounds, experiences, and thought processes come together, the greatest outcomes are the result. We believe people are at their best when they have what they need, so we made Formidable a place where all can feel welcome, supported, and heard. Please come as you are and be yourself. If that resonates with you, check us out for sure. So that's Formidable, and here we are at SeattleJS, which is your meetup. It's you, all of you. Without you, there is no meetup. With that said, we're always looking for organizers, speakers, hosts, and sponsors. So join Slack for opportunities to help build this community and keep it active. Direct your questions to Brendan, who is over here. And find us on Twitter. We are very active there. And on our Slack. We've got some events coming up that Brendan is going to tell you about. And find our GitHub for instructions on how to be an organizer, a speaker, or a host. This is our, we've got all the instructions, templates for requesting a talk. We encourage a variety of different levels and topics to try out giving talks, different lengths of talks. So if you have a great idea that you want to talk about, please feel free to check it out and share with this community. So with that, Brendan is going to talk to you about some upcoming events in the JavaScript community.
Hey everyone. All right, so quick show of hands, who here knows what the W3C is? Awesome, cool. So for those of you who don't know, it's the World Wide Web Consortium. They're like the international standards body for the web. They help build the standards that a lot of us have, built our careers on. So they are going to be doing a workshop on the 27th, but on the 26th they want to do a meetup. So we're collaborating with that group to have some people come and talk about some stuff that's going to be upcoming in the web. We're going to have some cool talks on WebXR and WebGPU and streaming video on the web. So it's going to be really cool. June 26th, 6 to 8. We don't have a location pinned down just yet. It will be soon. So keep an eye out on our Twitter. We'll announce everything then.
Have you talked to Galvanize?
We have not yet. We might though. And then our mentorship chat. So this is something new we've been doing. Raise your hand if you've participated in them online so far. Cool, awesome. Yeah, the last few months we've been doing online mentorship chats that kind of help create an environment where people who have questions about whether that's getting your first job in tech or hey, I'm running into this thing with work. Having kind of a cool environment that we can talk about those things in. So our next one's going to be on June 27th, 7 to 9 p.m. on our Slack. If you just head on over to the mentorship channel. And that channel's there open all the time. So like you don't have to wait for our chats to come in and interact with people. If you have a question about, does anyone have experience with this tech, or hey, I got a job offer and they, offered me this. Is this reasonable? I have a question about, moving to Seattle to start work, things like that. It's definitely a good place to go and just ask, and we're super welcoming, and it's a good place for if you're more senior in your career to give back to the community. So definitely check that out. So those are the 2 big events we've got coming up this month. Keep an eye on Twitter and we'll announce everything. So thank you.
Okay. Next, since SeattleJS is a meetup all about community, we want to open the floor for Community Minute. If you have anybody here can take about 60 seconds to discuss other events, news, or information that might be relevant to this community. Discuss anything you think we might be interested in. Does anybody? Awesome. That was fast.
Hi, I'm James. Who wants to be a developer advocate? Okay, a couple of people. Okay, so this is relevant to you. I actually got pressured into coming here. I was already coming here, but I got pressured into I got pressured into reading somebody else's job ad for a company that I don't work at at another meetup. But I thought that this would be relevant to you. So a company called Quant Connect. So quant is in quantitative and connect is in making connections with each other. Is looking for a developer advocate. They have a global community of 75,000 quants. So, they do quantitative trading algorithms. So you push up an algorithm to their platform, and then they get purchased by hedge funds and whatever. So if you like working with data and want to reach out to that community and want to move into a developer advocate or role, you should find them on LinkedIn. So Quant Connect is on LinkedIn, and then the particular person is Brianna Biggio. So Brianna is spelled with 1 N, not 2, and Biggio is spelled the way that you think it's spelled. Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, awesome.
Hey, I'm Justin. I'm an organizer of SeattleJS Hackers. I host their CodeCause meetup, which we got another one going on next Tuesday on the 19th at the WeWork at SLU. And just talked to Sage about maybe hosting here next time. So it's basically a coding challenges meetup. I lead you through a series of coding challenges, then we present our solutions. It's a good way of talking about how you got to these solutions, good for interview practice, talking about your code and all that, and also challenging yourself and seeing how other people solve problems as well. And it's not just JavaScript, you can bring other languages as well. All right? I'll share it in the meetup channel and on the SeattleJS events Slack channel, and hope to see you there.
Hi guys. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for the organizers for letting us speak about what we want to say. It's a really good part of the community. Not a lot of other meetups does that, who have these big events. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for the host and the formidable for the food. So my name is Gaurav, and I'm from architecture and construction industry. I have a background of JavaScript and I'm also a Python developer. So I'm working for a really cool dynamic web app, which involves a lot of web abstraction and a lot of like internal communication tools and really cool, fun tools. So if anybody is interested in, if anybody doesn't want to be a developer advocate, or if anybody wants to be, like, apart from developer advocate, if anybody wants to be, just involved in this cool project, I'm right now working on the logic part, so I'm looking for like the backend, and mostly like Node.js experience is fine. And also, if suppose people you guys have like front-end development experience plus some backend, that is also welcome. So if you guys are interested, please find me. I'm at the second last row. And also, if you guys, I'm here after the meetup, so if you guys want to talk. Thank you.
Okay, any other community minutes?
I just totally forgot to mention that we have free chia pets.
Oh yeah, get a chia pet.
As well
Help
as
this man
online
get rid of
prep
his chia pets.
So if you want an online prep course or a chia pet, come over here.
An online prep course in the
Yeah, and a bottle opener.
There's so many goodies over there at Galvanize. Please enjoy. Okay, we have a special feature this community minute. Carter is going to talk to us about Cascadia.js.
Hey everybody. So my name is Carter Rabasa, and I don't normally read from my phone, but I just learned something super interesting. So before I was a person that was helping to organize something called Cascadia.js that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, I actually used to organize SeattleJS, like in the Stone Ages, like before like HTML5 Canvas existed and stuff like that. And the person who I sort of inherited this meetup from was a really awesome guy named Dan Dean. And me and Brendan were just talking about like how old is SeattleJS, and so I DM'd Dan. And it turns out that he thinks that SeattleJS was founded on August 31st, 2010. So we're like, it's crazy, right? It's like nine years into SeattleJS. So I don't think anything is like set in stone, but expect like probably a pretty dope party sometime next year around August. But anyway, look, sorry, I like to talk, and I'll go fast. Cascadia.js is kind of like SeattleJS, except a lot bigger, and it takes place over 2 days, and it's called a conference instead of a meetup. And it's really awesome. In fact, can I just get a show of hands? Who here has attended a Cascadia.js? Okay, all right. Raise your hand if you've spoken at a Cascadia.js. There we go. Awesome. So really, the reason that I'm here right now, Cascadia.js isn't for a while. It's not until November. But kind of like SeattleJS, like we have an open call for speakers. And it's going on right now, and it's open until the end of the month. So I'm just here to tell you all about our open CFP. You can kind of see down there on the slide a little bit. The website is just 2019.cascadiajs.com, and the page that you want to go to is /CFP, but you can just go to the root. There'll be a fun, good little link for it. Anyway, feel free to speak to the one person here who has spoken at Cascadia.js. If you have any questions about like what it was like to speak, right? Like there are a lot of things that we try to do to help people who haven't given their first conference talk before. And I think we did an okay job last year, and I think we'll do a better job this year. So speaking at conferences is not something that most people roll out of bed and think that that they want to do or that they're qualified to do. But I've been putting on Cascadia since 2012, and I can assure you that literally every single person here, if they wanted to, could give a really amazing conference talk. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen super experienced speakers fall on their face and give shit talks because they just didn't care, and they thought that they could just roll out of bed and give an awesome talk, and they're wrong. And I've seen so many people give their first conference talk and absolutely kill it because the talks aren't that long. They're 25 minutes long. They're shorter than a lot of SeattleJS talks. And you just have to care about something, and you just have to be passionate, and you have to be willing to put in the work and put in the time to practice. And we have an organization that helps people do that. So anyway, if you have any questions about what is involved in any questions about Cascadia or any specific questions about the CFP, I'll be here all night. So just come find me, and we'll talk about it. I think I should probably hold questions until later, because can I take questions now, or should we just do it later? Yeah. So I think the organizers want to get to a talk, but I'm going to be right here. So just come find me if you have any questions.
Oh,
Sorry? Oh, sorry. It's right here in Seattle, Washington. There you go. Awesome. So sorry, yeah, that's a fair question. Cascaded.js is November 7th and 8th in Seattle, Washington. And yeah, I just hope you all just take a second to check out our CFP and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much, SeattleJS.
Okay, great. So now we're heading into the main events. We have 2 talks this evening. First, we're hearing from Will Farley. Will joined Amazon in 2016. As a senior front-end engineer, he has led multiple projects within retail. He emphasizes the importance of staying on top of trends in front-end technology and has effectively introduced many new architectures to platforms at Amazon. And after we hear from Will, we'll be hearing from Grant Timmerman. Grant is a developer platform engineer at Google, where he works on developer tools for serverless runtimes. He loves Node, GitHub, and plays the alto saxophone in his spare time. So let's hear it for Will Farley.